Mwebale nnyo okuzuukuka ne mugamba let's switch on this TV nga amasannyalaze mwe mugeesasulira ne TV zammwe mwe muzeegulira nene musalawo ne mugamba katuteekeko ate tugende kweno channel NTV and Spark TV muli batabu mukuliko ennyo mu weekend eyabadde ey'omukwano mwakubye ebitole bya love everywhere on the internet ebipapajole bitandika obaako nga binkuba kimu ku kimu. Yes, mukulikeyo, it's very good to love and also be loved back at chochiri chamtawana nnyo. So mukulikeyo abacha kuza love. Love is a very beautiful thing and be glad you are in love or you're loving somebody else. Happy birthday to you, Pretty Mukabya, from your mother, Shani Lubega in Masaka. Also, happy birthday greetings going out to you, Mukisa Irene, from your younger sister, Betty Kayondo, bakwagaliza Birungi Bierere. Also, I am Judith Mumpe in Ishaka. I would like to send my birthday regards to my lovely Mora, Diana Mwebesa, and to my little sister, Irene. May their heartfelt desires be achieved on this special day of love and happiness. Happy birthday, my girls. Thank you, Mami Farida, that is me. Yes, happy birthday to you little ones. Mukama, abongere, emiksa. My kabubu. Yes, my nephew, Halim Tendo. Happy birthday, my dear. It was yesterday. Havana beseni abazaliwa ku Valentine's. Yes, happy birthday, Halim Tendo Kabubu. We love you so much from your mama, Mariam, my aunties, Farida, Rashida, Fatuma, Jaja, and uncles. Tukwagala nnyo, Mukama ayongera okufuula omwana omulungi gye tuli. Welcome to the show. Leero 15 Ogwokubiri, nze Farida, mpwaniriza nnyo, Mwasuze Mutya. I am singing this song because enemy okukwata nyira mategeko. Lyerinnya ly'omugenyi wange. She's one of our own here at NTV and Spark TV. Mumumanyi nga Caroline Marcah naye nga ye nyira mategeko. Mirembe Caroline Mahoro. So many songs for one particular girl. Achali mu mood ya Valentine. She's so happy and excited. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am so very fine.
Tukuzukusiza mangu mwabacheza temutera keera nnyo ndowooza.
Teeza era tuba tuyingirawo ng'ovudde osanga 6 awo.
Leero twakeezezza bambi tusonyiwe.
Valentine.
Yagenze bulungi.
Sijja byogera abantu bayinza okummanja bye sirina.
Ate nga yakubanja byabadde byabwe.
Munange friendship code yabo jonoonya tebafunye bwe wafunye.
Is it your fault?
Tewabadde ku chocolate tewabakubiddeko bintu nebyonooneka bonoone.
You celebrate Valentine's bulijjo?
You have to celebrate Valentine's on every single day, so long as you appreciate love.
Abitaddemu oluzungu olwange.
Mina okubanga mwagala dde buli luddako kati ebintu bya Valentine's bino.
Leero nga Mande ogenda totubeerere mwangu. You're brightening up the day.
I have to. You know, people always face very many challenges on every day, so me when I come into chezo.com, I just want to make everybody happy. Buli omu manya ine ebizibu bye, but that is time for us tubeereko basanyufu. So whatever happens, ate nkimanyi bannange bangi tebafunye Valentine's bali mu kunyiiga essaawa zino.
Olabye ne bano gwe bataagiwadde yadde okugyewa Valentine's.
Wajewadde? Wajewadde babakuwadde. That is also
wajewadde. You love yourself. Ne mama engeri gyogenda ne weegulira ekimuli n'okyereeta nga walabika sikiti ka Spice Diana yagenze ne yeegulira ebirabo n'abireeta ku mulyango ne yeekonkona n'ayeegulira n'abyewa.
Ofuna bano aba delivery omukubi yamugamba n'omuwa location.
Naye nga muli munda mu mutima olowooza ki?
N'okwata ka snap nga bituusa
kukakasa bali ab'ebweru nti nafunye.
Nawe obeerera weegumiza.
Nti neewadde. Well, everybody knows how best to celebrate such days.
But sure.
It is amazing. Yes, love to be celebrating her every day. All types of love, that is naye akola mune n'okola akajanja ne n'owulira naawe nga this is a special day.
N'otijjamu akatonotono n'ebiteetaagisa.
Do you remember your best Valentine? Your best, and what exactly happened?
Do I remember?
No,
I think my best Valentine's is this year, I guess.
Ndina muntu mutuufu.
Sijja byogera Musaaga.
Oleka tewasize na wakakaro nkulaba.
Nga kulwaki nedda?
Tewasize waka.
Nga kulwaki nedda nga kimanyi nino beera wanene.
Kale. Nyiramatejeko. How do you pronounce that?
Nyiramatejeko.
Nyiramatejeko.
Yes.
Bavao.
Butare. From Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Oh, olikana kakagambye. Katono bakayita Butare.
Olikana kakagambye.
Mama wange Musamya.
You crossed borders.
Wano usiya. Nange tata wange kyali anoonya sakitegeera.
Ate nga lwaki tokitegeera?
Tesobola very Rwanda.
Noyita ne Masaka.
Noyita buliwo. Nosala boda. Noyita Kenya kubanga bo bayitanga Kenya. N'ogwo wali e Busiya. Nojjayo Musamya w'abandi.
Okay. Musajja nnyo.
Musajja nnyo.
Kati osinga gwawa Busiya oba Butare?
Yonna ngwayo. Abasinga okugamba ofaananamu Abanyarwanda naye tobafaanana nnyo ate kati oli mu Uganda naye ate tetukutegeerawo. Oli
Kanyarwanda akasaamya?
Oba akasaamya akanyarwanda.
Akasaamya akanyarwanda byonna
bigendera wamu. Mirembe eva mu Mahoro, then Nyiramatejeko yeriyo yokka. I rarely actually use the name because of very many reasons.
Naye nga wandirikozesezza otya wano ku TV?
Nange nkwewuunya.
Wandize ng'ogamba otya?
Olaba gobadde wonaawona nalyo.
Wandize ng'otugamba otya? My name is
Nyiramatejeko.
Twandimaze emyaka gyaffe era nga tutegeeranga
kyogamba. Boss bagamba she's okay but the name.
Ng'okikumisa omulimu.
The name is also
ani yalikuwa? Maama taata. Lya saidi ki?
Senga.
Lya Busiya.
Lya Rwanda. Nyiramatejeko is liri mu Lunyarwanda. Matejeko mu Lunyarwanda is basically amateeka. Matejeko.
Kati ate senga alikuwa ku ddiiru ki?
They name. So apparently she was the favorite.
Ati ngamba senga alina kuwa lye Busiya. Senga taata si yewe Busiya? Mama Rwanda?
Taata wa Rwanda. Ati banzala n'agamba oyo muwadde eryange. Ne tumutambulizaawo. So Nyiramatejeko e Rwanda woba olitadde mu Luganda, I think it would be ateekawo amateeka. The one who makes the rules.
Bwasalawo.
The one who makes the rules.
You call the shots. Abali mu laabu naawe nga balabye. You call the shots.
Babonaabona. Tebalina kyakukola.
Tunaawulira.
Mahoro is Mirembe, independence.
Nalyo lye Butare?
Yes. Then here it is just Mirembe Caroline. Actually, nkozesezza Mirembe Caroline okuva we natandika even studies and everything, nkozesezza Mirembe Caroline. So when I get into TV, nkozesa Marcah, which is so Mahoro Caroline. Mahoro Caroline, the first three initials. Marcah, that is Mahoro, M-A-R-C-H.
Ani yakusalirako bw'ati?
Mahoro is Mirembe. Totally yali yampa. Nzije eno.
Go wabyeyiyiza.
Marcah nze yakyeyiyiza. Kubanga saagala kweyisa Mahoro Caroline.
Lwaki? Webuzaabuza.
And your person Mahoro Caroline. Ngafya tekijja bulungi. Ngafya amanya g'ekizungu nga kubaddanga saagala nnyigirwa mu ttooke ne ngamba.
Ebyo bya mu high school?
High school. Actually, twalina ogw'omuze, even with my best friend, and we would always get the first name, the first three letters of every name, ne mugatta ne mufuna erinnya kode eyawamu. Kati nga ne mba muwandiisa ebbaluwa nga tojja kuwandiika linnya lyo. So omusomesa wakasanga omwana wakasanga.
Ebbaluwa nga muziwandiikira?
Tajja kitegeera ne mukono gwosobola omuwandiikira. Asobola muwandiikira. Kati nga wawandiika ng'oteekako kali akannya akammwe. Akamwe. I have a friend Jovia, kati nga twakola Jovrol from Jovia and Carol. nga ye yasooka Jov, then Carol, ROL, Jovrol.
Mweka mwali mweraga.
Nga mwemugeya ng'oteekako wansi #Jovrol.
Nga tebategeera mugeze biyitaawo. Okay, so wakulira wa? Wakulira mu Busia oba
Nkulidde mu Kampala, honestly. Yeah, nkulidde mu Kampala. I lived in I remember for starters nga nakajja nali mbeera Kamwokya kumpi ne munnaffe Flavia Tumusime, she was my neighbor. Nga mbeera Kamwokya for Chitante Primary. Nali ku Chitante Primary for starters. P1 up to P7 nali ku Chitante Primary. Nembeera Kamwokya nga nva wali n'olinnya ka taxi ka 5 n'ogenda ali ku ssomero n'olinnya akalala.
Gwe ekibuga wakitegeererawo.
Nga kyangu, yes. Then senior 1 to senior 4 nengenda ku Chitante Hill naye ng'eddalu lingi tata nanzigyayo.
Eddalu ng'okola ddalu ki? N'eryokukuba abagetman.
Eddalu lyange lyali mu kubeera in all these clubs. Oli mu Interact, ali mu Scouts Club, ali nga buli club ngirimu somehow somewhere. Ate at the same time ali
prefect. Very active student.
I think for some reason Interact wasn't loved by so many parents. Yeah. Bamanyi abaana bakuba muziki kubeera mu ebyo kwejala bya Interact yali ya bashows b'essomero. Babeera mu Interact. Miss Interact, Mr. Interact okubalonda eyebeera party. Guba muziki mpaka ekitegeera.
Waliko Miss Interact?
No, I was the vice president of the Interact Club. I was the president of the Scouts Club. Sijjukirako okubeera mu club nga sirinayo ekitiibwa kinene.
Kuba oli muntu wa bitiibwa.
Njiranirira.
Totuula mabega.
Si bintu byange.
Okay. Which secondary school?
That is Chitante Secondary. Then I leave nengenda ku St. Charles Ranga International Kachiri. I was there, I had gone there for my senior 5. I was only there for 1 term.
Nebagoba. Tebeeteekere.
Natuukayo that very term, nenfuukirawo I was the chairman, the disciplinary committee, at the same time the infirmary prefect. Infirmary. The prefect in charge of abalwadde, sick bay, ababeera mu hostel at the time. So I actually signed on buli mwana asigadde mu hostel.
Health prefect nti abalwadde bagwa under them?
No, anti-kati health prefect yali infirmary prefect. Bagatanga sanitary ne health. Nebamufuula infirmary prefect. So that is what I got. Naye nebinsukako nga ndi mu scouting, ndi mu Interact at the same time era ndi mu infirmary. Muzayi n'agamba nedda.
That is too much responsibility.
N'abagamba bakimuggyeko ne bamugamba, now if we remove her, now we don't have who to put. Nanzigyayo.
Essomero mwalimu babiri gwe ne head boy.
Kirabika just baali banoonya excuse kumba oli muko nanzigyayo nantwala ku Bishop's SS Mukono. That's where I did my A level.
Yo nga tewaliyo ba Interact, no nothing.
Nagezaako okwewumbawumbako nga ntegedde muzeeyi kikyayagala. So nembeera ku Bishop's SS Mukono for my A level nengimaliriza. Nga sibaddeeko prefect.
Naye ng'owulira kikusiiwa?
Kyambonyaabonya nnyo.
It was too much.
Ngambera scouting, yeah. I was actually the only thing I was allowed to do was scouting. Because era we twatuukira nagambira okuva ku headmaster. Mulesi naye
simwagala na buvunaanyizibwa.
Ebintu ebyo mu byesonyiwe.
So name scouting club to again.
Scouting club naliyo naye nga I'm not the president, I'm not the vice president. Nga bandekayo because they know I need to do something. Naye ngambira I was actually the advisor. Mbu advisor. Je namalira A level yange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Olunofuna mmeka?
A level nafuna mmeka.
Tizire.
Anyway, that's where I was.
Osoma kubeera ki?
Wanje?
Wali osoma kubeera ki?
By that time nali nkyayagala okubeera lawyer.
Wali okyayagala?
Nali nkyayagala. Era nakola geography, entrepreneurship and literature with ICT, that is GEL. I was actually, I remember in my year, I was one of the best students mu Mukono. yonna.
One of the
twali
best
abaana abafuna literature abafuna A ne B bagatta A ne B mu literature mukono. I was one of them. Yeah. And the HM was telling us, now you have bursaries, literature students, you've made my school proud.
So no gena ko government sponsorship.
Ate nagenda yo. Anti nga sikyabiyagala.
Olwo musudde.
Lo musudde.
Ebyokusoma obisudde.
Nga lo musudde. Kati nga njagala kudda eno. I want to do radio, I want to do TV, I want to write newspapers, I want to do poetry. Actually, before I went for my vacation, I was already writing a lot of poetry. I already had a Facebook page, Katinga Muteka Nyoku Facebook. Meeting a lot of writers who actually loved my poetry. Now it was again literature, but to alangamu all this literature, you know, to Jakulaba theatre plays and all that. And I would always make sure meeting at least abantu babiri kubantu performing. Nobalekera poetry. I used to write. Ngambalekera.
Obijjawa byowandiika. What things would just pour? Yeah.
You would just think about something, nogamba kati kampandike kwekino nofuna starter point. The moment you would get a word, etandika, the rhymes would keep coming on.
So I'm talking to a poet.
Yes.
You ogenda okumpayeka poem ngati ko. Obate wategedde.
Bakalinde.
All right, oli mwana wakumeka muli bameke wa?
I am the last born. Mama yazala bana bana. First born mulenzi, second born mulenzi, third born muwala, last born muwala. Bana bana, 2 girls, 2 boys.
Okay. Yeah. Kale yazala bulungi ya mixinga chinta buli.
Nja kigezaako nange.
Okay, we're coming back with Caroline Marcah's poem. I want to be sure you're not lying. Okay, Tobao, tugenda maaso n'emboozi ya Caroline Marcah. You know Marcah, she's a presenter on a Spark TV program, cheza.com. Tobao. Okay, thank you so much. Tukyagenda maaso ne mwana muwala omunyarwanda omusame omunyarwanda.
Byambi.
Akanyarwanda akasame. Caroline Marcah. You know Caroline katandikira wano okukategeera obulungi ku live wire tukayita ka baby cafe ku live wire, then she grew into the profession kati aina show cheza.com. She's amazing. She told me she's a poet, something I didn't know. She wanted to be a lawyer growing up. Along the way nebichusa she's been everywhere all over the place. Taina kyatakoze. Era naga Farida nsikirize emboozi yange bulira abantu. Mpira nebyebanjogera ko bisitegera. She's here to lighten up our morning. Omanyi ngo tuba mu nnaku nga zino eza Valentine. We want something actually light, not serious things that are going to make me cry. Omanyi nze nkabanya naye nkabira muli. You will hardly see my tears dropping.
The silent emotional ones.
Yes. Can you give me a poem? Wakati natera okukaaba nti nze nkaaba mangu.
Nkulwaki okaabe essaawa zino?
Anti nsikira laavu yajjo.
Maze wangambye weewadde ebimulira dda. Sajja nno nammwe mwekaza. That is why I keep telling people. Zari olaba bamukyawo. Farida ne batamuwa bimuli. Who are you, Guma? Tewali kyakola.
Nafunye ebimuli ne leero bikyeyongera.
Tewakoze
ka bikyali byange.
Tewakoze ka spice. Nakyo kyogere.
Aba delivery nga bangi kati bwe mwalina kuleeta lunaku lulwe for the next 2 weeks.
Tewakakozaako. Tewa orderinzeeyo bibyo.
Anti kyenkugambye nawa bangi ababa delivering.
Kati baleeta buli lunaku.
So can you recite a simple, small, short poem?
Which one?
Tukakase by'oyogera kuyinza okuba naawe n'otufera. Otufera nga nze.
Bulijjo ofera abantu.
Anti mpagaye neegulidde ebimuli. Basi bamaze.
Kyogamba babadde bafera. Waliwo yabikuwadde. Ogenda tugamba ka yabikuwadde.
Bawala bange bankulidde ebimuli mu compound. Ne baleeta. Nga babisibyeko n'akaziŋŋoonya ak'olulagala.
Oli omulala. Oli omulala.
Ani ali in charge of this show? Is it you or me? Ngambye tugwe poem.
Anyway, even before the break, I was thinking of which poem to actually do for you. You keep writing. So unless someone has seen something, then it is easier when I'm reciting something that people have
Karen, tuve ku bya poem.
Okay, no, poem judge bawedde, that's okay. Kandowooza which one suits you best.
So you wrote a number of them mu vacation. Nga bw'olinda.
No, natandika okuwandiika serious poetry nga nyingidde A level. Yeah, nga nyingidde A level. Before, I would write broken poems, what they call broken poems. Nga mpandika n'owandika mu makati n'ogamba ekyo kiwedde n'ofuna inspiration endala n'odda ku kalala. So I kept posting them on my Facebook page. And then from senior 6 first term, tugenda ku sharing hall Zambia. Kulaba theatre plays. That is the literature class ever twalinga tugenda before. So tugenda ku sharing hall. Waliwo mwami ajja introducing agamba he's a poet atusomera your poems. I'm like, you know what, I need to meet this guy. Wavaako nze nfuluma and I'm meeting amugamba, I also have some poems but I don't know if you like them. Nangamba ziriwa. Nemulaga akatabo nangamba, oh this book, no, do you have anywhere you post them? Nemutera mu Facebook page yange. Nasoma. And he liked them. Nangamba, oh, you're actually creative. You know what? I'll be contacting you on your Facebook since you're still in school. We shall see how that ends up. That is Jerry Sesanga. Yeah. Then when...
Did he contact you?
Yes, he actually did. But interestingly, even when we used to talk through poetry. Ngakusindikira message ngawandise poem. Now I know yongerezako. So what it was, he sends it 2 lines of a poem. Yeja akola. Now I know yongerezako naye naddamu.
Kakana mukoze poem na.
Mukoze poem. So I live when namaliza ebibuuzo byange like this. The next thing I had to do is go to National Theatre because that is where every artist runs to. Abagala acting, abagala poetry. That is where they run to. So ngendayo and God helped me. The first person I met was Peter Kagai. I think very many people have met him by now.
Peter Kagai.
He's a very good poet. Okay. He writes books. He has the headline that morning. He has Don't Love Me in English. Aina butabo bungi bwawandise. So when I met him...
Wali ogenza kulaba people with the same talent?
Nze ekyantwalayo kwetega. Kangendeyo, meeting eba actors, meeting eba poets. Nawe mba ngendayo buli lunaku at least somehow, somewhere.
You'll meet someone important.
I'll meet someone that will actually take me to where I want to go. So
oyagala kubeera ki? Oyagala kugenda wa?
I already nyingidde art. I'm like, I need to act. Njagala kwerabako ku TV. That was the main point.
Kwerabako ku TV.
Njagala kweraba ku TV. I am either acting or I'm presenting or ekya TV wekinagana wakiri njagenda nkole radio. So I start ngenda ku National Theatre, and through that I meet Peter Kagai, I meet Maureen Chintu. By that time I ali waneno nga producing other beat, and at the same time she was an actress. Nangamba twetaga abantu abatukyuwinga jangu obere backstage.
Abatukyuwinga?
But actors, when they're acting, ebya stage, it is live. So babera n'abantu behind the curtains waerabira line. Gobera n'akatabo kobera ne script ye okulaba part kiwa waakomye noyogerayo obugambo bubiri obumujjukiza ki kyalina
nga byogera nga goli ku stage oba obiwulira
obeera obiwulira because it's the stage only right behind the curtains obeera mu curtains mu makati wabeera waneeno obeera oyimiridde waneeno ku minisedi wabadde eri ng'odduka ng'odde eri ng'ali eryadde eno
so wabeerayo n'obuwungoddiirye yeemabega
gwe mulowooza mitwe eki gye balina so kati nenkola ogwo. So it happens that one time they are doing Betray in the City, and the main actress
doesn't show up.
She fails to show up, and she's coming for this rehearsal tomorrow. She's not coming the next day. Wali. Director nagamba, can't we just get someone who can nemugamba nti kati olaba
nze nkubuzeewo
line zino badde nga nzikwata nze addamu kiwinga oba ngezeeko. I think it was, he actually did it out of frustration kugamba oli no nsobola omukozesa nangamba genda ku stage ogezeeko kyokusobola. Now since I've been queuing line ezisinga nziina and they have like 1 week to the show.
Waliwo okuba lines ng'ozina but drama kuku acting the part.
Nakucheka kali mukasai slowly by slowly, since I had already nurtured myself into I need to do this. So I go on stage. It's like, actually I can work with you. I can work with you. That was my first stage play, Betray in the City at National Theatre. I worked with Patrick Kakalu, Kanyi, Felix, Buanika, and all those people. Nalwe, so Abasing actually right now, but in Deceptions, which is also on NTV.
Judge Sarah?
Yeah, Judge Sarah.
Okay.
So we do the stage play. After that stage play, my first role was the lead role. After that, I started doing lead roles only. Mukama yanyamba sabera ko extra, and I used to do that. Now, as I was doing that, the problem nalinga ngamba mama eka amzeyaga mwana wange tasalabira mu byakatemba abo bannakatemba tebalina gye balaga abo bannakatemba tebalina gye balaga
so nga totawana mugamba
nga sisobola
naye nga waliwo mugambako nti njagala katemba
anti we nakyogerako nendaba the way he sees it nenga kati
it's a no. You'll be shocked.
It's a no. Nga ngamba mami ekera nga baganda bange bajja, my elder siblings nga bajja when we have shows nga bajja. I did Aminata, I did Romeo and Juliet, twakola nyingi, so nga bajjanga. Now for my dad to actually know that I've been to Inombikola, sharing hall a theater crew ya National Theatre, that was Folsom, a Betray in the City. Tugendo kolayo babaita because they had the schools and they didn't have the play, and the school wanted the play. So what we like naye in a show anti wagenda bera ya masomero banji righteous gams night, and I knew the exact time we would do the play. So mbadde ndiko waneno kanzije naye simanyi bye mukola nti sibitegera bulungi saga bya bannakatemba. Agenda tukawo nga baganda bange bazze nemugamba changu olabe. He came later and he already came when I was on stage. Nalaba abantu nga it's a full house
nga bakuba engalo
kate nze saamulaba. I said oba najo batajja
nze kankole.
So after the stage play, abana always ngabajja, I want to also act like this, because abana bo baba bakulaba in the face of omwala gwe badde basomako muki mukatabo, because that's what you've been doing. So he sees me interact with all these people and all these people young to see me. He's like, musanga. Around the same
time okubeera munamateeka yali abimanyiko era nga abyagala.
Always nga buli omu abaana bawana nga oyo mama ono doctor, ono engineer, ono accountant, ono lawyer.
Yaba womujja
nakyokola
wojja mu line
oyina okumanya nti
oli lawyer,
oli doctor, ono engineer, ono accountant. Actually, I think the only person that stayed to that was my elder sister. Abasigadde bonna bagenda walala.
She's a what? Doctor?
No, she's an auditor, Office of the Auditor General.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when obikola mukyali mu vacation?
Yes, that was the whole time in my vacation. It was a weekend okomawo nga I am already trying out TV now, because I went to a certain TV yali amachindye. Tebakusasula, tebakuwa transport, tebakuwa wardrobe, tebalina kye bakuwa. Naye ng'omuntu akugambye, he's actually a famous pastor here in Uganda. Naye ng'akugambye, I am giving you platform. You see this platform?
You can use it to build yourself.
To build yourself. You're getting very many things. So start investing in yourself. Now why?
Kangende.
Naye nga buli wagendayo olina okwesaayo omutwalo nga gwo mu kitundu awo mami wange yakafiiramu. Kwata, genda. And then I was doing a lunchtime show.
Your music?
I was doing a lunchtime show, and we actually had requests coming in. I was working with a gentleman called Derek Baker and Olga Churchill. Tuliko basatu ku lunchtime show, so people would send in requests. So it was actually working out. Tulaba tukoze myezi ebiri, myezi esatu.
Yabagamba tasasula.
Yatugamba ngenda basasula after. Mu myezi ebiri ngenda kuba ndaba oba shekola batekola. Nale tugenda tunulamu nga buli omu awo kirabika tebamusasula naye nga
bali mu byuma
nga buli omu ayomba lulwe naye nga ye since he's a pastor alina obbasabira abawe emikisa
abawe n'ebyuma bye mubizanyireko n'empewo ye
nkuwadde ne TV kwolina okubeera what are you talking about amina ngamba naye wano wooli
duka emisinde
neŋŋamba kati naawo sente ezinaabula ezintwala ku TV naakola atya baanipa ku nkukutu no twali tukola Thursday Friday Saturday and I paused it for 2 months and that is when I actually came into live wire.
Wapausing show yeyongerayo bafunirako somebody else
yamala neeva okubanga nalekayo the other 2 presenters ne bagikola ngenda okujja ku Spark TV nga sheri tekyaliyo
naye ng'omanyi mbu teyakulimba kozesa platform weezimbe ekukolera ekintu ekirala singa tewaliko
n'abampita eno baali tebagiraba nze yabanyumiza nti nze nalimbaddeko ku TV nagamba byeyawa ate tukulabanga
kati wano baakuyita
yes
oba nga bakuyita ku ddiiro ki
Maureen nga nagambye when I was doing acting Maureen Chintu ali producer wa The Beat by that time Natalia ali kugenda mu live banoonya ki
amudira mbigere
and now at around that same time nina awo ntandise okuva mu theatre ntandise okola
ngolo temudda mu kusoma obyo kusoma wabikomyawo olutandise ofuna
nanja bisanga
insha Allah paka katonda bisanga
nabisanga nabisanga kati mbadde ku cut and we're just waiting for the COVID to step down and then we go back.
It is not about
School of Justice. Bajja tuta abamasomero.
Okay. Baba tadde mulinda bulinzi date.
Tulinda date tuddeyo tusome. So yeah, Maureen nalina set jenaliko naye because I graduated from theatre plays to short films. Zino UNLS bagala ka short film wakati bagala wekati. So that is what I was doing. Now at that time nalina set jenaliko with the producer of The Beat, Maureen Chintu. So she calls me one time nangamba wano abaddewo screen tests naye abantu abaddeko ffe tetubasemye nnyo naye leero lwe lusembayo oliwa ne mugamba ndi waka jangu wano eno ogezeeko olide nakulaba luli eri nga tukola ojja kikola ne mugamba naye byasawa meka kati kubanga batandise kumacha nze njagala ojje kati eti ate kati leero is the last day. I think the thought just struck her mind. She's like come we eat. I come through rushing nsanga another person here tukola screen tests batugamba tujja bakubira then in the evening najja nesanga munana
or screen test yali presenting
live wire
presenting
yes presenting
sibine byoku reporting
yali ya live wire straight nga batugamba nti tubagala muntu wa live wire then in the evening ne batukubira ne batugamba
live wire mpulira ya kusabiriza kusabuliza ng'obisobola
najja kitold me gwe genda okola ekyosobola live wire buli
wali ogiraba
toto omumanyi of course ate Natalia mbamanyi by that time that was the only gossip show ey'Oluganda ekola essaawa ezo it was live wire so of course every girl who wants to be
on TV was watching
it and I would always see them. I'm like I always love to challenge myself that way. So nenzija nenkolamu then in the evening ne bangamba ojja kudda enkya mugenda kukolamu ne toto n'abanzize
nga era nayo demo
yes nga tinza nyimire neza ha toto ngenda yimirira ati ngenda kwambala ngoye ki ngenda kukola ati ngenda kwogera ki
notandika okubira abakuwa obuvaalo
nkubawo amasimu kyali wange nangamba tata wana nze ngenda leeta nze manyi ngoye zolina okwambala nze ngende sister wange agamba nze ngato nze azirina buli omu ng'alina kaleeta kyali wange omulala nga agamba nze ngenda kukola makeup tubikola ne tujja for that time I didn't even use a board. I had to use Uber. In my mind I'm already setting
makeup
TV presenter ajira atya ku boda
mama ng'otandise mangu
nakeera muko ajira atya ku boda nenzija basangawo toto. Now when I came twali bantu babiri feka. That
Gwene
was
Toto?
no.
With some other person?
That was actually Precious Remy aliko kati. Tujja tukola. Nangamba sokayo. Kale
mwali mwemanyi oba omukwano mwamufulira awo
awo tulinze wali mu waiting lobby. Toto natuyitako nangamba tugenda okukolana kinagwa anyway tugendeyo natukana ne wamwa Mike kakati wano ne batuwa story
omutima nga gukuliwa mu mugongo
nga simanyi naje gulikuwa nali siguwulira naye ngamba okay
ekiba
kibe sirina kyakukola nenzija nenkola ebyange saalinda Remi kola bibye
ng'odduka
nefuluma
muligo ogamba I have failed
panga yalinga ayogera nangamba kale wamma tuwulire njogera ebyange
nga tobitegeera
eddoboozi lyo liribadde eno wampadde ngezezaako ogana naye nga nninga waneeno nengamba kabagobenze nensibula nengamba nsimanyi kyakukola naye
nze ntaddeyo n'ogenda n'osaba kola wasibira mu kyaki ubange kulinze oba kola waddayo ne booda
natuukira mu buliri naye nga nina bakwano bange nga bana abanninze wabweru neze kola screen test
wabayitako baali balindidde wano n'oyita wansi
bamperekera okujja era twaddayo wamu naye nga bambuza hawas nga bagamba I don't know there were very many people inside yo batubaddemu aba babiri nga so that we batampita nina consolation of
nti waliwo omulala yakitette
adde bangi nengende waka 3 hours later
ne bakubira
now that was our PD right now Madam Jackie Senyonja ngamba Caroline, are you okay? Yes. This is Jackie Senyonja calling you from NTV Nation Media. And then I asked her again, who? Yeah. Tana jako anonyawo kolaski. Yes. Of course, this is the program's director. We need you to come tomorrow or later in Papulazo. Now this is the problem. Banga mandate in Papula.
Papula. Nze wanze.
Ngomwako gwede na ade na kamala senior.
Anti lete ezo zoina.
Ngamba inatwala empa ku senior 60 tebango byebano. Abakola ku TV balina okubanga ba graduate.
No
graduation.
No ishako kunasa.
Fedde. Wa. Did I even have that time? Namugamba, can I bring them today? Zigenda musawa 10 n'emu
ng'ozifunye
pasiri pia senior 6 sebera kumpi senior 4
wamugamba can I bring them today
namugamba but madam can't I bring them today ngamba waye we banakisulako ne beekyusa enkya ne mbitwalayo nga beekyusiza
nagamba no tomorrow
no my dear I'm leaving office right now but come tomorrow at 8 a.m. sawa emu nali ntudde ku Serena ngamba waye mukazi
era ng'ogidde mu Uber
akola nalinya boda akajanja ka Uber nga kampeddeko ngamba now I came to Serena saying webanga banfeze kantuukewo wesibera sanga 2 kitundu nga terya nnyeze kitegeeza banfeze naye waba wayogerako nakitegeeza actually bituufu but I didn't expect to actually kwante nalabanga ate Remi ate nabaddeko ku TV
yali ku TV
bajja kunsu
yali ku TV
yali ku record by that time nengamba olaba oli yaliko ku TV ati of course bagenda
nawe waliko ku TV
je naliko nga record egiliko waggulu nenzija nemuwa ebipapula nga mulimu birth certificate up to now, Madam Jackie still laughs at me by the Nepitaka.
Because of the birth certificate stamp.
Byanana bibatera ne certificates z'okusomera neza literature neza bichi batwa certificate for like taking the school into the newspapers for one of the schools in Mukono that had the best literature students. Eyo certificate nayo kibatera buli certificate president interact nganziteeka mu zonna mutya certificate nga musanvu. Niwazikira ngamba okay. You come back tomorrow. The next day, so please go and talk to Mr. Peter Kaba for orientation. We shall be seeing you next week.
Ogaba no bamazi.
Ngamba bano tebategedde kye bakoze. Balowoozeza nti nabitaddemu. Naye ebipapula bye babikebedde because in my mind omwana wa senior 6
tasobola kola ku TV.
Tebajja mukkiriza ku TV. Tebasobola babukkiriza batya. So the following time I come through, I do orientation. Nembeera mu studio for the next 3 weeks.
Orientation.
Nga sikolangako nga nzija nga waliwo computer by that time nga nsoma script nengi editinga nenyambala nenkola makeup
Nokola show nogyerabira.
Nga bantuuza behind the cameras nga totakola gabintama. How? Ate nga everybody
nokola oyambadde ngolozo genda kumpewa.
Bangamba any day we are putting you on air.
So just be ready anytime.
So sometimes after like 3 days, Madam Jackie ajana gamba. Kafuka mtekeyo ko tulabe. Netukola mao netoto wetukola munga gamba. Kale ngadde mu office. Ngaita producer wabera mugambya demo atuleta nate. Nenga buli kaseera
ngatakola dry runs.
Zona nga tuzikola. By the Kafko Peter was really there for me. Ngatozikola neza haratoto and haratoto was also so nice ngamba. Oja bikola nawe bino byangu. Bwe jogera ngabule jo badonyumiza. Kati abyo wadonyumiza ebyagundi. Kati woino okunyumiza. Kati nyumye Emboozi. Ngoma zo bisoma nyumiza. Ngawembe nyumya naye nga tugenda
botuka ku TV.
Nga kasaba ngamba on nga nyumidde mu maaso ga camera nga manyo obuzibu.
For
some reason, I would get
intimidated.
Yes. Oline toto ate babosi bayimiridde mabega wa kamera kakati ngenda kwogera biki. And whenever I would be talking at the back of my mind, are they liking it? They're not liking it. How is she looking? That's my idea.
So mubufunze.
Until just one day I come and I'm dressed up on a normal. Actually, 3 days before that day, I decided bano bamanyidde nnyo soolabera wano kugenda mu mwezi.
Naye nga bakuwa omusaala?
Ate guliwa. Orientation. Tonafuna contract. So one time I just get pissed. Nengamba.
Nga wali pissed mangu. Abantu bajja ne babeerawo emyezi 3.
Emotions anti ndaba kati lwaki bampa ate tebampeera ddala. Nenkaba nengende wakaninga sigenda genda lero sigenda bigendamu. So my sister calls Mwasuze Radio, the late. Yes, because he was already a big brother tutoring me here and there. Karono bamuwa yabagamba because I told everyone by radio ba wizo bani. Naganze ngenda kola ku TV bampadde omulimu ku Spark. They are waiting every day. They're like, yo, why? Watugamba ogenda kola ku Spark. Lwaki tubeera ku
ombulire. Omulimu bakuwa chance ne gukulema.
Oba.
Tukomawo, please. Don't go away. Kusambya-sambyako. Tusobole tuka ku kinyusi. Wadde nange ekinyusi sikimanyi.
Tokimanyi?
Yes. So mu bufunze wagaana okudda the following day ne bakubira essimu.
Ne bakubira the late Mwasuze Radio najja. I actually bamukubira ali mu bbaala.
Najja wano ewammwe ng'okaaba w'ekyanze.
Kaaba n'ekyanze lwaki bangamba probation tugenda mu mwezi. Omusajja yanvuma. Nti omusajja ali mutono.
Yakuvuma
kuva ku mutwe.
Ebivumo nga binene nnyo.
Naye nga kyasinga okuŋŋamba. Olowooza ffenna twatuukayo tutya?
Ogumenkereza.
Twatuukayo tutya? You always say you want to be a celebrity. And now you don't want to go through the hassles of a celebrity. But they are not telling me anything. They don't say if the show is nice or not nice. Radio's love was tough love. Whoever understood it had to understand it the way it was. If he loves you the hard way. He needs you to understand it the hard way. Buli walaba ng'ogenda astray. Tagenda gamba kakati Farida. Munange kyembadde ngamba. No. he will come to you straight up yombe so bakube naye nga ozze mu line yennyini kwolo yeyandeeta ne wano naye ng'agenza akuvuma ng'obusobozi mbe nansuulaawo oba akola oba tayagala agende. If you don't work today, don't ever talk to me again. I don't want unserious people. Nengamba musajja talina emotions yabaaki
talina mpisa.
I am trying to explain. He's not understanding.
Tayagala kumanya te yali mutuufu.
Yeah, yali mutuufu. But that was his way of, you know, showing you that I care. You were friends from when? I was friends with radio from my senior for VAC.
Mwasoma mwena?
Nedda mukama wange. No, that's when I met him the first time.
Engeri gye bali mu bya interact bichi, they used to come and perform.
They used to come and perform, and then one time Akawungeezi ku Bishop SS Mukono tugezaako bacontactinga okujja ku prom party yaffe. Yeah, so that's how we kept intact because yatugamba ekintu kimu mulinawo ssente mmeka entuufu muli baana ba ssomero.
Emitwalo 3.
Tumugamba twasonzeyo emitwalo 25 tutadde ku ssente abaana ze basasudde eza promo okuleeta abayimbi naye ng'olabira ddala tezimugyamu. So he was like muweze emitwalo 4
nimuginoonya oba teyajja
tujja kujja balina entalo zaabwe. I think the management was like, no, you can't do this, but for him his reason was bana abaana bato
ne bajja.
Radio loved money at hand. Si ngenda kuddamu nkubanje kwegayirire tubeere nga tetwogera kubanga nkubanja. I was like muli baana ba ssomero noonya emitwalo 4 nteekemu amafuta gange nja kujja mbayimbire muli wano mukono kumpi. For some reason, for some reason, the next time we tried to contact them, they weren't picking. So when I went into my Form 6 VAC, Ndiko National Theatre, these are people that used to come around, Bobby Wine, Radiant Piso. He loved arts, and when naddamu mu meeting, I'm going to omuntu ayagezako okuyita ku Bishop nga tokolaki. So that is where the friendship started. No, we need to keep talking because it will be worried.
So bwakukomyawo wannagamba kola.
Nenkabamu katono okumalayo amaziga nemala nenkola.
Ng'okaba bakama bo bakulaba?
It's only my producer Computer that was seeing. Because yangamba sina kyakukolera naye soma script ino computer. Olayo kyosobola okwongeramu. That is how I learned to edit the scripts as a live wire. That's when I learned to do that. Nenzija Kworo, thank God, tebangamba gezaamu, bangamba kugezaamu the following day, and then the following week on Monday, Madam Jackie just comes in and says, no, lera agenda kola.
Ate omutima ne gukuba.
I am on air. No, Kworo nagamba banange kweru no, ebigaana biba bigaanyi.
Sidda. So you
did
well.
Now my dad sees me on the 4th day. Ku Thursday nga ne week eri kumpe kugwako. Because bulijja yayita nayo mwana gwe twalabye. Semuwalawo. Ng'alabika nga muwalawo.
Jukira amanyi okozesa malala.
Ng'alabika nga muwalawo. Ndi ku Caroline Marcah. Naye alabika nga muwalawo. Now that day he sees me and he calls my mom and he's like, Mire gwe ndabye ku TV.
Ani?
Mire. Gwembe.
When
I go to TV, when nava ku shekiro, sasa mami nakwera oli mukomawo no tata wo yabitegedde kati gwana amanya kati oyingira ennyumba y'omusajja ng'obadde ku TV for almost a whole week takimanyi nti oli ku TV nenzirayo teyanyega. Now that is another emotional torture. Friday nenkola nenzirayo teyanyega yanyega ku Sunday nangamba naye wakoze bulungi. Nga manyi kibooko eziri awo.
Feedback ngeri etya on your performance?
My bosses always said, no, she's growing by the day. Whenever I would go and talk to my bosses, I used to ask everyone, even abantu abakola mu production, akati yongeramu kano kakati olaba awo tuse webakola kineno kola bwoti.
Muli babiri ne Toto?
Yes. Okay. And then sometimes I would talk to Toto, naye kati mbadde njagala kola naawe bulungi. Toto akugamba kimu, boy, just be real, kuba kintu kyo nze nja kugattamu, wekikulemera nja kuba ntegedde nga tukigattawo. That was always her. And then the first 3 weeks of my working, social media was horrible. Of course, as always. Bakuvuma kino.
Ngayo bw'obiraba ng'okaaba. Sigwatakabira bwereere.
Naye kirungi sikabira mu bantu, nswalamuko kabira mu bantu. That has always been a problem, by the way, to the point that even when I faced serious difficulties, I couldn't just come out and say, because I always have this thing at the back of my mind, will they believe what I'm saying? And I always see people crying, and then I see on Ayogedechino, so I'm like,
So you try to stay away from the negative energy on social media?
Yes, because my producer always told me, togenda ku Facebook. And I'm thinking, Racha nganyogenda ku Facebook.
Ng'ogenderayo ddala?
Nengendayo, nenejjusa ekyantutteyo. Rachi nagenzeyo. But after, you know, with social media, it changes with time. After 1 month, they started liking, and now they are comparing you to the others. Bali ne batadda. Oyajja kikuba. Ate omwana dafuka omwana kafuka nangamba laki nagamba. Nagamba bajja kwetereeza bokka nga bantu. Kati bateredde. And with time,
N'okimanyira.
Right now, you can't give me a Facebook comment and you tell me muddemu muyombese tukoleka threading at wevuma. Those are things that I don't deal with right now. I think
Luli wabavuma mukusooka olina bye waddamu.
Mukusooka nalinga mpandika essay namba kati nga ngattamu poetry ngattamu feeling. Pandika
oli ku page yo oba ng'oli ojja mu comment under the
comment. Mwana gana yatono yasuseyo.
Kamuwe.
Nawandika tukansi nagana yera boss wange bino bagenda biraba. Tebangobe se.
Tebakuyita ne bago.
No birabinga mpaka waggulu. I did that
all
the time. I did that all the time. Nayenga, for some reason, thank God, those comments never come, the replies never came out. I would look at things. Sometimes I post on my accounts. Nemulaba kati kyenakolanga nga muvuma nanziramu nendiritinga byonna. No deletinga ka comment ke na reply nezigenderako naye nga namuzeemu. Oba nemulumba mu inbox nemugana yo waayo noonyako ki?
Ngonzaala
tomumanyi onoonyako ki? Ng'olwo bagamba mujje namwe mukigezeko kyenkola mulowooza kyangu. Mujje mukigezeko.
Paka wamala ne weewummuza.
Yeah, I just found out, you know what, this is not
so baremi bayingirawo batya ne Gabi? Okay, bayingira bali bagenze eri team bagenze.
By that time I'm still with Natalia. After that yakomawo after some time, then I go into the field. Evangandi, their correspondent in the field, and then it's around this now. But totally Natalia kugenda atao by that time nga mvuddeko ku live where basoka ne bampomozamu. And then that is when I got pregnant with my first son.
Hey, you are pregnant.
I am Mami E. Farid.
And I'm saying,
yeah,
you are pregnant. Gasa kulaba tengambira wano.
Tebalaba era basinga temwalaba.
Nani kusanze mu corridor? Oba when they notice never gamba soko umulemu until you
No, I actually got pregnant after.
After what?
Because by that time,
no.
Yes, by that time, one of the sponsors had gotten off the show, so never to gamba with. They don't have a budget for 3 presenters, and of course I was the one who had to leave by that time.
Okay.
So
poorly.
And yeah, yo. Now by that time, I'm managing clubs. I am MCing. At the same time, I am acting.
Oba no,
nali mbikola. When I came to Spark TV, the first things that I got was, you know, that exposure. And then I'm a computer. The first club that I worked for was Club Ambias. I was their PR. Nenvayo Cayenne Nempita, I was their manager. I managed Cayenne for 1 year. Nenvayo nenzira ku Femme Lounge. But there I didn't stay for so long. I think I worked for them for like 5 months.
Novaayo.
Ekya managing amabaala n'ensooka n'ekyesonga.
Right, ng'okoye nightlife?
Not really getting tired of the nightlife, but it was a little bit too much. I needed to concentrate on one. You're acting daytime. Now when I still had TV, okay, ku TV nokola, nokira ali ku National Theatre, no rehearsinga, naje nokomawo nokola live wire. Womaliriza awo, the other one is the nightlife. Womala waneno, nogenda ku
Kuganga teweebaka.
I used to sleep for 4 hours at most, 3-4 hours. Nga nva ku Cayenne ssaawa 10-11 w'oggalirawo boss n'omukwasa ssente ze, omusajja n'omukwasa ssente ze ne bakuvuga ne bakutwala ewaka. You sleep for 3 hours, you have to be here by 9 a.m. Yeah, so weteekateeka, then you have to be here. So it was a chap kind
Kati
of
wakati awo mugwa busy ofuna otya baby? Oba mbuuza ebyekitumba.
Nali emiyembe n'amakuloni. Akana ne kayingira munda. Yes, but then so Ebampumuzi, I think that's when I even got time to start messing around. That is what I call it.
You did mess around.
Yeah, I did
You
mess
big.
around a little bit.
You are you.
And by that time, since now I was managing Cayenne Lounge, and then all these artists are always coming in, and then they are always recording these videos they take when they are having fun, and then most of the videos you're in, and then they are there side, and then you see comments. Oyo mukazi wa radio. Oyo mukazi wa radio tumumanyi. Wawizo. And you find like a thread of abantu bakwogerako. Naye nga buli omu awakana.
Is that when you were pregnant?
No.
Oba nga tonnabeera?
Sinnaba. Kubanga sinnava ku TV. Nagamba nga babeera okwo ne bawakana, nze nkugambye nze mmanyi Wawizo. Onagamba nedda kati nze nina evidence wa radio. Lillian stops being my friend. Omukyala waffe ow'ebweru, she stops being my friend.
They were all your friends?
Yeah. And then they stopped being kwegamba nga bagamba ekitegeeza ono gyayitira ono brother gyabeera mu mabaala. It is something different about fed up with it. Because by that time radio had Lillian and the first white baby mama. Kati ndowooza nga balowooza somewhere playing.
Go wakusatu.
Nina we mbazannyirawo mu makati.
Naye nga wali ozannya nani?
Tewali. By that time tewali. Kyokka nga ate gwe nali nzannya naye ate nga sina muyimbi nga atya ne kamera.
Okay, so you get pregnant. Daddy omunyumiza biboozi kyawo.
By that time I'm already out of home. I worked for National Theatre and everything. Nabikola for 1 year. By the time when najja ku live wire, already nvuddeyo mu nju ya ntandise okuplaninga okuva ewa taata. Nakola ku live wire for 3 months, I remember very well. Nenfuluma. I go into my single room. So Mwasuze will expect anything. 1 year later,
Ajjalabo ojja okumba.
Mami. Mami ever you refer.
Nasobye mami.
Nagamba kati
Kati kolere kiggwe.
Tata ogenda mwegambira ne mugamba olimba.
Ojja mwegambira sinze namufumbirwa. Nyamugamba n'alinnya mu kyoto.
Namugamba. And for some reason my dad is like a force here. Bamugamba nagamba
Nabiraba dda.
abiraba dda aludde nawo.
Ogamba ona nyambi.
Nga bwedda ntya musajja. He was like, no, bino ebintu byalimu.
Tebakugamba leeta omwami omwanjule.
I mean, of course, that is obvious. Naye teyandi oluuto ono terwandifulumye nga omuntu ono tetunamulaba. So the plans start going. Kukyala, tulina okukyala, tulina okukola kino, tulina okukola kino. Tugenda bikola ddi? They set that date. Ne mbagamba nze sigenda sireyinga nakabuto. Muninde mala okuzaala mu bulungi.
Mulyoke munyumize ebyo.
Because I used to see people, oh no, she's smart, but she's suffering. Ate ebigere sidda mu nkondo. Nze emikolo gyange ginsalewo egityo. Ate nga sagala ate kumpapya. ngamba kati tugukole omwezi ogujja
naye ono yali willing muno yali willing to
very willing. He did everything, by the way. He did everything. Kati genda because my dad's uncle, the one he has in Uganda, by that time was living in Bali. I know his businesses and stuff. Oyina genda in Bali, olaba omugulu gendayo. The first thing ngakubira gamba. Anno nvuddewo awo naye ngenze Mbali. Mugamba naye gwe ng'ebintu ebipapya kiki? Kino kigwe kiga osaga abazadde bo balowooza.
Were you living together? Yes.
Akazigo kange gye kali as backup. As backup just
webisobera
manyewo okudda. And they do everything and they actually planned that Kuchala was supposed to be 2 months after I gave birth.
But then Kuchala happened and I didn't show up. So no, wekweka mu nyumba yo, nobody saw the pregnancy.
For starters, I actually worked because Badamo computer now, that is where Remy and Gabby come in. Badamo computer, Mr. Peter Kaba calls me, even Jackie calls me. I was in Bali. Now, tuchali mu byaffe bya kutegeka. Now I'm like 4 months pregnant. Badamo computer, ndiyo ndi mu byange. Bangamba, we need you here, bano bagenda. Nebagamba olaba ekituufu kiri nti by Monday sigenda kubanga nkoze ki nga nkomyewo. So kye tugenda okukola tuyiye. No, we still have some other people, but because the first 2 days they were calling me. Tufuneyo omuntu omulala gwe nsobola okukola naye, because now me, I hadn't told the people here. Remember, I'm not working here by then.
Nga tebirina naye bakwatirako.
Because they called me for 2 days and I wasn't picking. Esemete yali kondi busy booking kino kola kino mikolo jimpuwa. And then nkwata amasimu gaabwe ndikomawo. I'm planning to come back to Kampala. The day before I came back to Kampala, abantu bade anyway, come back obireko ndabe. Mr. Peter Kaba tells me, we need you back. Bano bagenda ne mugamba ekituufu kiri nti sijja kusobola. Naye kanzigenda.
Ndi mu injury.
Wenajja yamugamba olaba mullo.
Naga tukutadde tukkiriza.
No, actually now what happened is that baba komya baleta Precious Remy jukira luli gwe nasembo kola naye. So ebasunsulamu he ali was tototemo karo. So she was the first referee okuberanga tebamuleta, because the last time twali babiri twasigala babiri kubona be bakolako screen tests and I'm the one who got through okola ne toto. So this time when it was easy to bring her back. Yeah. Then for Gabby it came through recommendations and then nebamuleta ne tukola. So tuli kusha abantu
wakolanga
ngatekalabika.
Okay.
Nagamba ko ni the bosses ne producer. By the time Kafko Peter agenze waingidewo kugonza Isaac as the producer. Ngaba na yenze. Anytime soon esawa yonna.
Entema. Esawa yonna omukyala akyuka.
Kafiga kabula. Kafiga na kebaba balinyira tutalipo utabawo. So I kept coming through and working on Tandise Lutuwe. Erinnya likyuse from Caroline Makaligenze Mama Lutuwe whenever I go out.
Lutuwe byebi.
Lutuwe is a concept gye twakola before Kafuko left nga twagala kubeera nga live wire ebeeramu beat ya tuli mu bantu. Yeah, just like yogera
olugambo.
Nga ntuuka era abantu ne mbagamba mulumpe. Naye Mama Lutuwe, mulumpe mujje mulumpe. So that is where the Mama Lutuwe name came from. Up to now, actually, olumombeera kucheza omuntu nakwa Mama Lutuwe. Ogamba why? Omuntu ali twavaayo.
Okukyala kwabaawo. Oba mwakuvaako paka ngomaze.
Ne mbagamba tujja kukola amaze zaala. Now within that time I give birth. Because I actually did the Lutuwe show. I did the Lutuwe show up to December. Second week December. Naye nga mu ddwaliro bangambye ngenda zaala the last week of December. around 24th.
So all that time you were pregnant and I didn't see?
Yes, I'm very sorry. I officially apologize to everyone here. You didn't know.
What are you gandula?
Nyambala zibabo dresses. People didn't really know here.
There's a figure fight it was
atengera nzija nga sure when nzija ningingira mu motoka netugenda netukola lutu. You understand? So I wasn't in studio for me to come up to the production band abi. Kira ngambera wansi nga producer nze wendi. Tugende tukikube. Ngambera yo mbantu. So I stopped working 2 weeks to my delivery date. And then Christmas reaches and I don't produce. And then January comes in, up to January 16th. That's when I gave birth. I was 2 weeks late. No, scanning,
that's
the first pregnancy. Okay. It is either too late or too early.
So you had taken leave in December?
Yes, I took leave in December. I left the girls doing the show. And then I went and did my... Ngasala
headlines, Caroline Marcah said.
Tebabimanyanyera ne ku show abana baremi okukyogerako nga bali shuwa mazozaala ne balyoka bakyogera kati nekikomaawo. Now the rumor around was Anita atawo omwana.
So who is it?
Anti kati obuzibu n'okukyala tetwakukola
waddayo mukazi goko
nga nakazeemu dda n'okukyala tetwakukola kaya toyagala mubabuli ate mugende
tomutubuulira muleke muleke. So baby n'omutuumaani
E.
Baby E. That is all.
That is why I'm called Mommy E. Because he's baby E. I love to keep him a little bit private. I know what goes down with the whole, you know, this
baby E Ali 3?
He's 2. He made 2 last month.
Okay, congratulations on being a mom.
Thank you. I love being a mom.
Bowamala wakomao.
I came back when my son was 2 months. I didn't even finish my leave. I had to come back.
MCing and managing clubs concentrating on TV.
Yeah. So I came back. I did live wire for all this time until when Mosh actually handed over to me. Yeah.
Okay.
People always wonder. People always say, nayo mwana tomutubulira naye kino tokitubulira
bamwagazaaki
nange kyeneebuuza Uganda musuka. But it happens and people keep... Actually, I had an incident where when I was at one of the schools that I wouldn't mention, I had an incident with the head teacher.
Incident byebiki?
Incident.
Mwagwa musefulia y'obugi?
Yanferamu. Yanferamu. I'm a prefect and then he is always saying, I come to my office. I want you to...
Head teacher yakwana student.
Yalingera abikola. But I thank God recently I saw the news headlines and he was actually arrested because that was one of his vices. So for that one night, he calls me and I'm thinking, perhaps is the way that I'm pitted actually. Temwagadeo simanya sick bay, simanya which I'm like, we have a nurse in the sick bay. So I call a friend of mine to come and escort me. Namga atonyega naye, pera omka corridor ka HM's office.
Ononye mukubya kibo.
Wawulira kyonna ekintu. Ng'ojjanga okonkona. And he actually tried to rape me. So nempogana nga ndi sure
nti waliwo omuntu
najera nakonkona. And I cried and then I told her. Now she gets so angry the following morning and tells one teacher who tells another teacher who tells another teacher.
She was getting angry for what? Oh, for the act. Yeah, the teacher.
Nagamba ya musajja kyokka bulijjo yakuba abaana nga bakapolinga and here he says he's proud of his prefects. How can he do that? So she confides in one of the teachers who confides in another teacher and another teacher and another teacher. By the following day,
somebody did you take it?
Like the whole staff from knew. And I didn't tell my parents because the teacher wanted to tell my parents.
Kasita nothing happened.
Kasita nawonye. Ebisigadde tujja biraba. So I think from that time, I got this character of, you know what, Carol? Some things will come in life and they will have to pass. Kasita mukama akuyamba kuyita mu kintu wekiti. That's why people always say, people always ask actually, because they have seen me on Cheza, they have seen me on Livewire, and they keep asking, naye ate Carol, tetukulaba red pepper, kyokka gwasibwa ku mabaala, tetukulaba mu kino, scandals zo zibeera wa?
Buli omu alina okuba ne scandals.
I wonder. No, I think because the mere fact that even when they see me in bars, they see me as this happy person. When I get onto the microphone,
they wonder how you miss.
Yes, when I get onto the microphone, everybody will be thinking, "Oh yeah, tamide, siku vibe jaina." But then it's the same vibe you saw me with on a daily. It's because maybe I've been through a lot, and I think
you've been through a lot.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not worth it to get into this vibe of, you know, I need to cry to people for my problems. I need to do this. Because the first time I tried to trust someone with what was going on, everybody got to know about it. Yes.
So you keep everything to yourself.
It's better sometimes, unless otherwise, unless you're sure the person you're telling is not going to tell anyone.
Before you cry, I can see your eyes beginning to close a little bit. All right, Caroline, taking a break to come on to do Echisembayo. There is a rumor I heard about you recently. I don't know whether to ask about it or not. To come on. Caroline Makono, ke kawala akagenda keyitiggula kolengera mu video ya Aida by Bobby Wine. Yes. So, ani akuleta? Did you audition for that? Did they outsource you?
Yeah, they did.
Sorry.
As I told you, when Naliku National Theatre, there is a lot of artists that used to come through. So that's the same way I met Bobby Wine and Bobby. And then they started, by that time, ngaba ina Solomon Kampala, ngaba muleta for theatre, you know. I think he already loved acting, by the way, by that time. Actually, never subi bona babaletanga okugezaako okuba nurturing into the business, and not until they actually did the film Ayaba Street Kids, where they were all part of the film. So mbalabanga, and then I used to talk to Solomon because sometimes I used to help tutor him with the stage thing. And then the director of that video was Kim XP and Yalinga Andaba by that time. Ndiko theatre, I do theatre plays. I'm already doing poetry performances, International Film Festival, Uganda, East Africa, Ngatuzikola, Kundere Center. I had really, really gone wild by that time. So I think he had it in the, Bobby Wine Amugamba. You know, video Aida tulina gikola naye njagala omuwala simuto simukulu simusagala bawala batono njagala omuwala nga African and for some reason Kim obwongo ne bugenderawo ewange direct nankubira namusobola okujjako wano ku Firebase ngendawo Bobby andaba ate already amanyi kuki ku National Theatre nangamba wedda bulijjo gwe bayita wedda tulinza omuntu nga simanyi. Then they call in Latif. Nagama no wa National Theatre on ekintu ajja kikuba teyetaaga rehearsal. Baleta Latif the designer on atunga engoye. Yes. Naye andaba amanyi because he also used to come and do some attires. National Theatre is kind of a place where all people in the whole art and music industry meet up. So of course nali nabalabadda. Latif also sees me and he knows me and he's like, hey, gwe nayagala dda okukolera olugoye. So Latif the designer makes the attires and nakozesa. And then I actually Bobby natula nabonga leero. Ne waitawo olunaku lumu the third day netukola video. And the whole thing was in the same day. Kumacha tukeera tugende nakasero ku katale clearing tukola izo parties on ezisooka zemulaba za katale kulonda ngoye bumuli dedede ngato tuvaawo ekiro tugenda tulya emmere ekiro tugenda that side of Kololo baleese ekimotoka ky'amazzi bagamba amazzi tekagenda kuyiikira tofaayo
nga gakugwera
ng'olidde baatuziza Bobby ne bamugamba kati paati eriwo etuuka kambeera kasikeewo bagamba nze temugezeeyo tebyaddemu mu script ku sente ze mwampadde temusobola kunjira amazzi
olwo bakuwadde emitwalo 10 n'emeka
tekisoboka nayinamu emputtu kuva dda by the way nayinamu emnabagamba mugenda kumpa sente emeka remember basooka kuŋŋamba mitwalo 2 ne mugazi sijja zikolera because 2 was just one showcase of a screenplay at that time nzannyayo screenplay mu oba stage play mu ne bampa emitwalo 2 and I'm thinking ngenda beera nammwe olunaku lulamba ate baŋŋamba abantu ba video bafuna sente nyingi ate mmwe mumpe sente zenkolera 1 hour ate mmwe muzimpe nga ngenda siiba nammwe ate video yammwe ngenda ttambula
bakwongerako 2
sente nno zaawera close to I remember it was close to $500,000. Yeah.
Okay. So Aida n'omukuba
nekintu ekikuba netukola oluyimba nasikayo ambeera nembaga kati wedde ntobye kale tumalirize shoot and Bobby was around, everybody was around, yeah, so it was just family fun. Tukikube
it was your first
ever
video vixen gig todangamu
nakolayo emu endala yali ya Tough B because now I met most of these artists Squirrel but Tough B Vampino, Benon, Chibuka, all those people, I met them on that day because they have a way of coming in when someone is shooting a video. Right now, I'm meeting. So Tough B tells me, Bambi jangu, nange ngenda kuwa sente zange. Nakola oluyimba, nendubeeramu. It was still an acting scene of omwala bamugambye, bamukomezaawo, bamukubya amasasi, That's the kind of thing he wanted, and I did that. Those are the only 2 videos I have been in. And I can't promise that I'm going to be in any other.
What before them?
Biada.
Okay.
There is like 4 or 5 years back. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, Olabada, you're living your dream. You wanted to be on TV. You're on TV.
Yes.
So, how did you choose to go back to school? When do you choose to go back to school?
I chose to go back to school 2018.
Ngomaze kuzaala?
Maze okuzaala. Namala okuzaala, then around my son was on his, because nakola birthday ya 6 months.
Nga first mother bwabeera.
Webityo.
Yes, ate awo saatuukawo. Nali nalembuwera.
For starters, I wanted, nali njagala kakasa nti omusajja simwetaaga oyo.
You were proving a point.
Kambukoyire n'omukolo gwa 6 months.
Ayinokola na munene.
Tuli batabu. Nengokola.
Nga munene muzibu.
Nga mulungi.
Nga temukwataganyako ddala awo.
No, we weren't really talking. We weren't really talking.
Sijja kubuuza byalatabula. Nakoowa ebintu byalaavu. Bibeera n'ebintu.
Wabikoowa? Okakasa.
Engedda nga
ddala oba just wabikoowako bukoyi?
Nja kunyiga nkugobe mu studio.
So around that time, he's 6 months, and I'm thinking, you know what? Now it is time, because never say kumalisa bili but like for consecutive 4 days in and I'm good. Why don't I? And my dad always kept putting it in my head of as in yes mwanange ofuna sente nayo ino okuddayo n'okolachi. I know kusoma. That was always my dad's last word. Ngabuli up to now actually akugamba never the COVID yayingiddewo okusoma tukumalirize sampapula tuziteeke wali tumanye nti oziyina kyonna ekibeerawo olina okusoma. Yeah, that is one of my inspirations actually. My dad, he always puts you in the right place.
So nogamba kansomere ddala bino already byendimu.
Yes, media. Because already byenali njagala. So I'm doing journalism and mass communication. Yeah, ningamba nayo say mubonya ngoni mubonya. Even the radios always used to tell me, fe tuli bayimbi naye twasoma, graduatinga. Wena nokuddayo n'osoma fe tujja tamulanga nawe nga tewasoma.
Tufutambula na bataasa.
Kati olina okusoma, kati ali wakoma olina okuddayo n'osoma something, you know what.
Naye ebbanga ly'omaze mu industry siri eddene eriri awo.
4 years. I'm coming to 5.
Siri eddene eriri awo neera si ttono. Olowooza abantu bakutegedde?
Bantegedde.
Bategeera Carol yani, is your brand gaining enough form about they identify you with a particular thing as a brand, Carol and Marcah?
I think before Cheza, I was hustling with Mama Lutuwe.
Mama Lutuwe.
Yes.
Olugambo.
Era ng'otambula omuntu akumanya, wotambula mu bantu omuntu akumanya agamba ono ye Mama Lutuwe oli abeera mu bantu. Even someone who doesn't recall your name agamba, I think you're the girl ono abeera mu bantu, ono akolera mu street, n'abeera n'abantu bangi. That is how people actually started getting to know me a lot. But I still didn't have my brand somewhere yet until I get to Cheza. That was last year in October, November. Now, people actually refer to you
as
Cheza Mama music show. On your lunchtime, your music show, your spark, which is actually better. So I have this belief that a brand never comes to an end of katiba mani. It always, something will always come up, something keeps coming up. And I'm thinking, maybe COVID will now gone. We can nights the whole MCing beat. Because before I was doing it for, first of all, it
was fun. It was the stage.
Already business zange mu mabara. Ate when hostinga bagenda kumpayo sente already abantu mbamanyi abagala okujja mbamanyi okubakubira obukubizi ne bajja boss nampa sente zange nga ndese ba client kiba kinkolera so kankikube. And I was it also added on to come practicing nsobola okubeera a good MC because I'm always seeing all these MCs and I'm like
so do you MC imekolo mbaga bichebyo? Do you
mbaga na graduations wengomao sagala kuli mambo introductions kwalula balongo
introductions osoloze msinga bwe inachomanye kiri traditional
ezo sizisobola.
How was it like? Moshe has been around for some time. Aludeo chintu church babu bwe experience ya manyi erinnya alikoze okodda mu bigere bye. I assume tekyali kyangu. Did people abacheza accept you?
I've been doing Moshe's shows when he's not available most of the times, even like way before. I think I've been the only presenter I would always call. Karo incha siriwo. Karo sokozuke genda okole show yange. Karo kola kino. So even when I came through, he was like, you know what? Me, I know you'll do this. Because bulijjo buli wenkuyita
tebanoonya around abantu baleete tulondemu. It was automatic. Carol, you've been around for him.
Yes, I've been around for him.
Take over.
Yeah, he really did that. And even when I came through, I was like, me, I know you're going to do it. Do it your way. Do what you think is supposed to be done. Just keep the show going. And up to now, you talk to Moshe and he's like, that is one of the best comments you would ever get. About the fans, they are banguye. I expected them to take
negative energy.
Senior. Kuwango already, I think they would see my face once in a while. So, bali batandise okulabanga. Moshe baba wakugenda. Of course, bana abavuma abakuputinga down, abakushutting out. Babeeramu, there are people who come to your inbox na kusomera kaviri mpaka kumutu and you're thinking kati ono namukola. Sina kye nali mukoze.
Ate wetaaga mukola kintu kyonna ye right y'okuvuma. kiri eri gwe okutekinga in ebivumo bye gwamanyi.
So for cheza.com, it's still a ride going through, but so far so good.
Okay.
So far so good. I'm happy with what is happening.
Ena atwa jiweze? Ena.
Yes, I started off in, let me see, November, December.
Jan, okay.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Okay.
Tugenda mu itaano.
Werabanga ovaawo. How is it like, by the way, hosting a music show? Ndowooza yandibadde one of the easiest. Tegeka music gy'omanya biriwo ebikolera audience yange. N'emboozi, kubanga also okuuma emboozi eza buli lunaku.
Si kyangu.
And considering the okay, the next song is Kibaluma. No, okay, let's go for this.
With them, you know, it's not just a music show. You need to give people, you need to have content. You're updating people about something new, not just and the other challenge is ndikola live wane waliwo toto tuwa ya kuset kati tata agenze naye ninawo remineki
eno tokyaza bagenyi
ndwawo. It's always the last Friday of the month. That's the only time I get to okuchaza omugenyi ate era muchaza for the last 30 minutes of the show. Now this is a 2-hour show. The other one was 1 hour, 1.5. This is a 2-hour show and you're alone. Yeah, so it becomes a little bit challenging, but by now I'm already used to it. Yeah, I'm already used to it. And considering the fact that I've been doing Nkozenyo emceeing for the crowds, so it becomes a little bit easier. And your producer is also trying to chip in all the time. And then wajane DJ na gamba lero rachite tukola mukano oba tugezeko kano. The moment, so long as you have a team of people bokola nabo, and then ba fans to cheza.com WhatsApp group gane bagamba wamma to where you can, you know. So I keep reading through them and just kuongera kompola mpola, but it's working.
Gamba ekintu okiraba kisenvula bw'oba ogenda kubaka ani ojja kubaka dance party
eyo njikuba
wakolako by the way ku dance party
nakola NTV mix show one show on Twitter neyako omuliro bali abaana babuguma babuguma
lwaki bali babugumira ki
ne bakola hashtag bring back Caroline Marcah. Now this I'm not going to be part of it.
Wabasamulirako. Bachamukire.
I was decent.
Bali bachamukire.
I am an MC. It is rare.
Because they were used to a single man hosting the show.
Hosting the show. They are used to Dagina, Satebale Somchala, Ata Yogera. You know, most of the shows are Bantuze Balabieko. Most of the times, Abasaja Basingo MCing in everywhere. Everywhere. When you talk about emceeing, people is abantu babera balowoza tugenda later emzo musajja. Most of the times when I go to a place ngateba manyi, and I'm like, yes, I'm the one who is going to MC. Some people give you this look of omukazi anachikuba
abakazi kati nga bakola ebintu ebyo nnyo.
Not really emceeing.
So hashtag Bajikola bring back Caroline Marcah. What happened?
NTV mix show.
No duka emisere gye bakoma okusindika hashtag gwe no duka.
Anti ngaze olutalo sirulimu.
Byali mu ya lutalo.
Anti lubanga olutalo because we already have someone we are putting in. Atenze ekyokola ekyo nali sikikola anti that was my game.
Okay, you were passing around Nebagamba, Karok. Join Dagina.
Nebagamba mwefe tukuba party. And Dagina has been to some of my nights. I don't go Kati wenzi jako yeyo blood ngenda kusanya. Mumulete. So tekyali nticha kubeera full time. Yeah. And they're doing good. Eyafe yaspark ejja kujja. Eyo nja jikuba.
Okay. Now we do aga I'm losing my voice now.
Nkulaba jola.
Are you friends with MC Cats?
Yes.
Okay. More than friends.
Very, very good friends.
Okay, more than very good friends.
Why is the close up on me?
Oba
Lwaki close up bagitadde
lugambo lw'abantu.
Ndaba Betty asanyuse nnyo.
Bituufu. Mutegeka mbaga.
Ebiriwa.
Mutegeka mbaga.
Bagenda wasaani.
Anti mbuuza ggwe munnange omanyi mpoyeyo olugambo.
Ate kati omukazi yawasa.
Bagenda kuwasa mutegeka mbaga.
Baani bambi bampase.
Ngamba kati.
Kati agenda kupasa.
Bwe nawulidde.
Mullo.
Emanyi.
Katoko mbulire yembaga ebetya. Mbadabira ddala.
MC ku MC.
MC ku MC.
Music show presenter ku music show presenter.
Mukolo kuba gwonoonese.
Anyhow. We treat it as a rumor, right? Lugambo lwaffe Abannayuganda.
Bwe mutyo mugatanduka ebangatta ku palaso byamala ne biggwa.
Naye wamwagalako bamukuwayiriza.
Oza producer.
Teyabingambye ebyo yangambye bya kati.
Babangattangako. I think
ate nga gwe byabasajja wabimala.
Era saabimala. Nina gwe
kuwayiriza. Oyina gw'oyina. Neese oyo gwe bagamba.
Nina owange. Lwaki mba mubabulira?
Bagala okunyononera. I wanted to be sure biri bituufu si bituufu.
Be bamanyi. Naye nga kati mwagala nnyo. Sajja mulungi talina tabbu bambi. Bonna naani omulala. Ne palaso mwagala nnyo. Talina tabbu bambi.
Ani alina etabbu? Ani alina etabbu?
Bwe bakampayiriza.
Bonna bakwano bo. So when they see you with people, concluding.
Maybe. It depends. I don't even know why they started saying that.
Olabika wakoowa byebagaba tebikulya na
anti bwe buzibu ndi mukoomwa katonotono. You know, very many interviews have been coming in this whole month from late Jan. Buli omu akubuuza, now you want cuts, now you want cuts, now you want
lwaki bakusibako cuts?
Be bamanyi osanga mbeera nnyo naye.
Naye nga mubeera mwena nnyo.
Ewa kubeera naye ntya lwaki ogaye mubeera naye.
Anti baungambye
omuntu agamba mubeera naye weranga gandi
mukwano gwange mubeera nnyo naye.
Era mbeera nnyo naye.
Okay, nga tebakusibako DJ Makrebo nga mukola mwena show.
Oyo okola naye. Oli weeri nze ndi weno naye ate tu.
You want to create a merger.
Yes, nyambako ku connectinga TV zineeno. Tubere nga tuli ba mikwano.
Kubanga gwe wazitandikawo.
Just bali mikwano gyange. Kati bamnandaba ne gundi olulala ngena naye mumwogerako. But yeah, I think that is bandeke oba gyali oba taliyo. Bandeke. Ne kati naye bamubuuze bamunoonya bamubuuzeeko naye nze bandeke kimanyi.
Butobimanyiiko.
Me, I'm just living life.
It is a yes or no answer. Y'omuky ayagala yeekubira.
Ayagala yes atwale yes, ayagala no atwale no. Tetulina kyabakolera. Ekikusanyusa ky'oba otwala.
Nze nkutte nno. Oba nsinziddewo nange simanyi.
Nange sikutegedde naye tugenderawo.
Kati awo ngamba yes nze nga ngambye no. Which has been your lowest moment mu industry eno gye wayingirira?
In this industry, I think I've had two. One was the first time I had to leave the show. That was Livewire.
After the first 3 months?
No. Yeah, after.
Or to join Cheza?
No, Cheza, that was...
a high.
Yeah, it's a high, you're living something, yes, but you're still in the same streamline and you're doing something better with your life, so it wasn't low. The first time I had to leave the show, when the budget was low and everything, I felt like, okay, now I've really started, but then and now banzije ku show. That was Akawungeezi. Era nze gwe bajjeko. Right, at least money fixing that was really tight because
awo n'okaaba kati kolwa ni yakusirisa.
nali ntandise okulaakula mu biri ebivumo byebyo ebya social byali biŋŋumiza. And then now the most trying time I believe was that day in February when radio actually passed on.
One of the lowest.
Yeah, I had been with him. I had been with him 5 days back. Twakola graduation year Spice Diana, I remember. Nibajja ku Cayenne. Then netugenda ku graduation. It was a surprise. Spice Diana didn't know, and radio was also really part of it. Actually, yamuleetanga amulimbalimba tugenda kulaba Tony kati yimba mwawo kati bamuleta mukazi watu ayimba bamujja ku graduation. Here she comes, and it was beautiful. And I had to run back to work, and he kept telling me, Gina, emirimu gyemukola gisobola okuggwawo enkya. Naye kati when will you actually have fun with abantu? Koyise wano eno atonyumiza olina okuddayo okukola. When will you actually have time with your people? Enkya wenfa ng'oŋŋamba senga nasigala. That's what he kept saying. He kept saying that, and I didn't take it serious.
So you were two close friends? Okay.
We were. He used to guide me in a lot of things, and now he passes on, and Chameleon calls me, and that night I had to do Nalini Nokola live, Okuwa feed Wanoku Spark NTV, and now you really lost
you
someone.
must have been
this
very
is like
emotional.
A mentor, and then the cameraman, I remember that day Nalini to them deal, and he comes and says me, "Can't cut you Nakola. Like you guys, you're not serious.
Maybe Kurema."
That was one of the most trying times.
Did you break down?
To work. I broke down like a few times because I tried to compose myself. Thank God, Bapalaso Baliwo, Chameleon was around, and they tried to talk to me. And then Nembagamba, okay, kankole. Nengera ankola yo linki, ne interviewing y'abantu babiri basatu. Now remember someone has passed on. Of course, we go yogera naye agenda kuwira ekintu ye kyamujukira ku muntu. And then you also have your own experiences.
Oh, no kabawo.
Kati no cameraman yakitegeera nga mugamba buli we.
No, camera jimeze
kwa. It was.
So it's been more lows than highs, or balance, or more highs than lows?
There are more highs. One of the reasons why I decided to go for TV Farida is in my life I was really intimidated with. That is why in Kugami I used to choose a lot of leader roles because I used to go in with abawala tebasobola kukola kino omuwala atukulembera atya omuwala akola kino.
So you've always wanted to prove a point?
Yes, I have always wanted to prove a point. So whenever I would get a chance, I would really put it in everyone's faces.
Caroline, Nyira
Mategeko.
Caroline Marcah Mirembe Mahoro. Yo, her journey to being a TV star, Ngabo Yali Ayagala, from way back. Our way to Sofa. She's the presenter, Cheza.com. Sawantono from now, she'll be live on Spark TV. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Akome.